Hello, welcome to episode 12, mostly off topic. Can anybody remember what happened last time?
I
think we're down 3 sausages.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Down 3 sausages. Nathaniel's demonstrated an ability that nobody knew he possessed, and also you've encountered quite a
Grizzly.
Yeah, grizzly, morbid.
Yeah, our sad Esteldor is now even paler than he should be. He lost his breakfast twice.
That's right. He didn't even have as big a breakfast as Tolman.
He lost his second breakfast.
Yeah.
And I've now got 5 shadow points.
Oh gosh. Esteldor's basically turned into the mouth of Sauron.
On the contrary, it seems that Gudrun have a knack for avoiding the shadow points.
Gudrun is the light surrounded by the darkness of the rest of the Eriador.
It seems so.
So you kind of get half ushered, half happy to go away, back down onto the track, onto the Great East Road. And
that's exactly what I was suggesting to my dear fellow.
Yeah, he's very happy to go for once. And you make it down onto the East Road and journey along. Unless anybody wants to talk about anything in particular, it's a moment of unusual silence and quiet.
I think I'm probably walking off ahead, not saying anything.
I did want to say that before we left, and maybe kind of Gert may have hung back and not drawn attention to it, but he did leave a tied parcel full of fresh bread and sausage and cheese behind for the Rangers, knowing that he himself is not likely to deal with whatever did that, but that they might, and what's a bit of cheese and comfort,
Yeah, that's fair. Tolman has killed for less, but yeah, it's fair.
So Tolman's like grieving for the dwarf who never met him.
What?
Yeah.
And what kind of thing could do that? What kind of thing could do that to a body? Torn apart he was, and his eyes turned round. I'm sorry, I can't stop seeing it. Those ranger fellas, they've got to stop it. Whatever it was, they've got to stop it. If it came into the Shire, I don't know what. Or Bree. Oh, Gert's lovely family in Bree. They must stop it.
I think if I heard that from where my distance away, if I just hear my voice travel back to Tolman and to his first question, what could have done that? Something evil, Tolman. Something too dark to comprehend. And yes, my brethren will protect the Shire as we have always done, to the best of our ability. And Bree, of course. I'll just carry on.
Oh, tell me, Gert, where are you popping up from now? I'm missing you for a while.
You mean just there at the Ranger
There,
camp?
yes. Yeah.
Yes, well, unfortunately.
And you look pale, you look
yes,
very pale. As Nathaniel, for example.
Yes, I fear that most of us saw
And in the
what
meanwhile, Gudrun is getting closer to Gert and is looking at him very interested. And maybe she raises also a hand to make the mimic of a caress, but she doesn't touch him. Just raise to his cheek, looking at him.
I think Gert's oblivious. So he he doesn't shy away from that. Yes, what we saw was the worst thing I've ever witnessed, and that's really saying something, because at the beginning of the summer, I saw the worst thing that I'd ever seen before. And then I thought maybe hiding in the pony all summer, drinking and singing songs, would maybe make it go away.
Oh.
But
At his words, Gudrun couldn't keep herself, and she touched him. She caressed his cheek, and then say, "Oh well, then, so sing together." And left all these horrible things behind us, just going on. We don't know where the road is bringing us. It's turning, and so just singing to heal our hearts.
and so Gert nods, and he thinks he knows that Tolman has been touched by that. Tolman has mentioned that he was also concerned about Bree, so he'll try to remember the tune to Tolman's traveling song, as was taught to him.
And we can add a little stanza to it.
Yeah, so Gert tries to start that out, and he's trying to get Tolman to kind of take up the mantle of singing the song, because he wants Tolman to feel better, but he also thinks that it will make him feel better.
And Gudrun tried to help him. So I spent hope and give Gert 2 dice for the task of
Okay.
Henharten, I suppose, or singing, whatever.
Yeah, so you're gonna use song to try to raise everybody's spirits a little bit, lift them up out of the malaise that has settled upon the group.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Think that's I think so. So that gives me 2 plus the 2. So 21 with Unsing War.
Okay, what do you want to use the tank war for?
Well, not singing faster.
You're like an LP on single speed.
Maybe you can extend your the effect also to Arthaniel.
Right. If we sing loudly enough, Arthaniel will probably catch it as well, yeah? And Esteldor, he's a little bit further ahead.
Yeah, okay, so you start to sing the walk-in song. That's the one that Tolman Yeah, mud, midges, and a merry heart. Hey, Donny do. Is that the one? Which I
Pretty
can't.
much how it goes.
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Then there was a mud, there was some midges, and a merry heart. Hey, Donny, Donny do. There was some.
From the dismembered dwarf we did depart. With a merry heart.
Don't know why his eyes were backwards, but they just were, and his arms weren't attached either. Hey, Donny, Donny do.
It's torn his limbs apart. Oh, come on, serious moment. Serious moment.
Yeah, okay, sorry, yeah. Well, that's a place for humour. Okay, so it starts off a little bit with enthusiasm, but you kind of like get buffeted by a lack of response from the rest of the group. But you decide just to keep it going. You know, you get the melody going, and as you're walking along, it being a walking song, it matches the pace and the rhythm of the movement, and the group kind of picks up, and it's frankly a beautiful evening. It's a little bit cool, but the wind's coming across now, and it's tousling with some of the grasses that's swaying around, and there's some wildflowers just starting to turn and head off, and there's a smell of freshness in the air, and that helps pick the mood a little bit. And as you move along, people start to riff off some of the verses as we've just kind of like done there. Maybe not quite those lyrics. And the times and the warmth and the energy and the wholesomeness of that time in Bree becomes the mood, and you move yourselves on a little bit. So all those that are affected by that, you spend in the Tengwa, you guys can regain a point of hope.
Hey,
As you
Oh,
guys go
great.
through.
Very nice.
thank
Wonderful.
you.
Yeah, Tolman will kind of like a shiver, and then the stare comes off his eyes, and he starts to kind of come back to himself a little bit. Joins in the song, starts talking about the pies at Frogmorton and all those good things that are waiting for them.
And whilst the presence of evil remains known to you, and the shadow still kind of like is there, there's a sense of perspective, and that is not a dominant thing of the world.
I think Esteldor will be humming a little bit. You think might just be able to hear you going.
Yeah.
And a slight little kick on his foot, like a little like a jig, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Nathaniel pulls his spear out and starts spearing imaginary orcs. You know? That's how I imagine he celebrates him being happy.
I think because it was her idea, I think Gert shares a smile with Gudrun, just at the general making him feel better and just being there, her presence.
Yeah, there's a little twinkle in Gert's eyes as he smiles across at Gudrun.
It's fair to say.
And you start to make camp as you hunker down in the evening. Esteldor feels a little bit of sadness that Thomas isn't around. Esteldor's got far more firewood to collect without his helper to start with. And then the morning rises. Drizzle, grey, wet, but it's autumn. Clouds have moved in, the rain clinging to your cloaks, clinging to the mounts. Break camp. Tolman gets another third of the way through all the provisions dedicated for everybody, and you move on. So we're going to have an event. Ooh. So I roll a success dice, a d6, which then indicates which role is going to be involved in the event, and it is the scout.
No!
Which is Gudrun. So
Oh.
Then
because we are on the road, I get bonus die,
you
right?
get a bonus dice. That is absolutely correct. So, do you want to roll? Could you roll me a feat dice, please? And we'll see the nature of the event. And it ranges from terrible misfortune to joyful sight. I'll let the exercise for the reader to guess
5.
which one of those is better. 5 is a mishap. 5 is a mishap. Okay. So as you're kind of like on scouting duties, you've ridden on a slightly ahead of the group, kind of just to check out the grey surrounding you. You've not got so far ahead because it's harder to see them. Rain dripping off your head wear, hitting onto the nose, feet soaking, gloves cold. You come across a temporary bridge. It looks as if there's a little bit of the road slid down, kind of tumbled down a slightly steep side, and there's a planking across that you can kind of see there. And you start to have a look around, see if there are any alternate routes. Could you give me a explore roll? And you do get your bonus dice.
And also, I use a useful item for the task, I think,
Yep.
because my useful item is the bird that
Yep.
helped me in the exploring task.
I don't want to go out. It's wet. I don't want to go out. I wouldn't
Yeah,
wanna go out.
please, don't want I get lost, you know. Otherwise, no more seats and where you can perch on afterwards.
Okay, kind of puts it. Oh, it's. I'm not a bloody duck. I'm a thrush. Hop, 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 hop.
Is this
It's all grey and dismal out
Oh.
here.
Is this the Thomas
Oh,
of birds?
great.
It's teenager. It's teenage bird. All birds are teenagers in my world.
I overcome the threshold, but without any tangle.
Oh, okay. So you gain a success.
17, so over the threshold, but
Yeah.
no
Okay.
tangle at all.
So there isn't an alternate route, and it saves you a bit of time looking around to see. And the bird comes back and goes, "No, it's steep down there. It's steep up there. This is the road. I'll be able to get across, but Nana's going to struggle. Going other ways." And you kind of decide that the temporary bridge is the way to go. To lead the horse across. There's a couple of bits where it kind of is shaky, and you need to just reinforce that, or just call it out to your fellow passengers. And it takes a little bit longer than you would have wanted it to, but you don't add a day to the length of the journey, and you don't gain too much additional fatigue, but everybody does gain 2 fatigue because of the event. And then off you kind of go, continuing down along the east road. The Barrow Downs give way to the old forest, the gnarly, dark green. The boughs of the trees don't come all the way up. There's a bit of distance between the edge of the forest. But there are rumours that I'm sure Tolman is more than happy to tell you about in terms of what is supposed to live and reside and happen within the forest. But you make the way along. The night turns. Another morning. The drizzle continues. So I'm just muting myself whilst Kenny goes past, because I can hear him in my headphones. I'm assuming you guys can too. And you're about a day or so away from the Brandywine Bridge, you think, now. It's moved into the afternoon. Sorry, he's got into the habit.
It's not from the old forest.
Yeah. That's right. So there's a speaker in this room, which is like looks like one of the books on there, and it's all connected to like Spotify because it's a Sonos one. So Kenny's got into the habit of playing like "Never Gonna Give You Up" to Rick roll me in my own study. I mean, I could hear him as he did it. He's like, oh, he's just chortling away to himself, going, "Oh, I got him.
You're proud right now, aren't you?
Yes, very much so, because it's fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
It is.
He thinks it's brilliant, and it probably was the first time. Where was I? Yes, it's turned into the afternoon. The greyness. You're all wet. You can't really kind of get dry. And again, you can see a small huddle just off the side of the road. The old forest has got closer than it has done before. And you can see 5 white shapes and 2 taller shapes, look like humans. As you kind of start to get closer, you can indeed see that there are 2 humans there and what look to be 5 sheep gathered on the side. As you kind of make your way forward, one of the humans pulls away and starts waving at you. Help! Help!
Well, we better check. It could be danger. It could be something like what those ranger fellas were dealing with.
Oh, thank
Yes,
God, goes this
And
way around.
Gudrun spurs Nana and go forward to see what happened to this sheep and whatever, if she can help.
So Gudrun starts to pull off the side of the road, walking down with Nana. Esteldor.
Yeah, I'll head over with her.
Yeah. Gudrun. Sorry, not Gudrun, Gert.
Yeah, Gert doesn't really want to leave Bert behind, so he's probably lagging, but trying to hurry along.
And Tolman.
Someone will jump off the cart and start running along.
Yeah, jumps off the car, grabs some cheese for the journey, and starts to run along. You can see that there are 5 sheep there, thick woolen coats, the water dripping off them. They're kind of like got little white fringes, black faces, little black socks by the feet. Lovely looking breed. Do you recognise them, Gert, as quite a rare breed that some of the outlying farms in Breeland will have? Not that popular because the yield of the wool isn't as great as some of the other sheep, and they're not quite as hardy, but they look quite fun and they look quite cute in many ways. You hear the barking, a couple of dogs kind of coming around. Come back! They get kind of whistled back in that sheepdog pose and start to gather around. And as you get closer, one of these sheep steps forward, and you can see twisting horns coming out of it. It's much more strong and sturdy, but it limps as it kind of steps forward. There are 2 human figures, Breelanders. You don't recognise them immediately, but when they introduce themselves as Millie and Thornley, you have seen them around the Prancing Pony. They recognise you guys from the singing and being around the Prancing Pony. Oh, it's so good of you to stop. We're trying to take these sheep into Bree, into the Shire. We're trying to sell them to Folmar Bolger, but Barnabas has he just got caught on the road. He's got a limp, and he's not moving anywhere. I'm Thornley. That's my wife, Millie. Billy kind of like waves. I don't know what that banging is. I think there's a Hobbit just like upstairs or something. Yeah, we're Gert, isn't it? Hero.
Yes.
Hero and and you've got those rangers with you, I see. And it's the harpist. Millie, it's the harpist from the pony. And Millie looks over. Millie's one of the reasons why we're coming to sell Barnabas is because Millie's got a taste for the harp. She wants to get herself one, but they're really quite expensive. So we're just going to try and sell. And we heard tell that Folmar needs a breeding ram for the black noses, and well, Barnabas is the best we've got. A little bit of an injury now. Do you know much about sheep?
Not very much, indeed.
I've seen them before.
I think we do have a
Oh,
favored son of the Shire with us now.
They've got one. They've got that Millie, that hobbit's here. Yes, the one. Yeah, the one who's got hollow legs.
Well, begging your pardon, sir, if we get your sheep, Barnabas, if we can get him into the Shire, then there's many farmers will be able to help him. Patch him up, he'll be on his way in no time.
Well, that would be fantastic. The problem is at the moment that he just doesn't want to move. He must have caught something, and well, we've been here for a day or two.
Where were the sheep when they got hurt?
But they were just on the road. It's not really sheep driving country. Max and Minnie, they've been driving them along. I think in fairness, we were just trying to move too quick. We think that there might be a pack of wolves has got a sense, you see. And well, you know what it's like, sheep wool in the rain. They absolutely bloody stink.
Can I bend down to the sheep and rustle in my pack and take out my ranger healing kit? Is that going to work for a sheep or not?
We're going to find out, aren't we?
It's my useful item.
Yeah. So you kind of like, I'll tell you, you got to watch Barnabas. He can be a bit tricky. He's he's got all his wives, and he's very protective of them. So
Gert instinctively pulls out his pipe, starts to pack in some pipe weed, just to watch a master at work.
So I'll go and come on, Barnabas. No, this fella's gonna help you, Barnabas. Maxie, come by. Millie, can you sort Minnie out and the rest of the flock? Just take them a little bit further away. I think one of them's exciting Barnabas. No, Barnabas. And he kind of comes in, eventually kind of grabs him by the horns, got his legs aside of him. I'll hold him. Now, he's known to both bite and to kick. And if I let go of him and he's quite bloody strong, he'll charge too.
Okay.
So what are you planning on doing?
I'm going to try and wrap... Is it his leg that is hurt, did you say?
Yeah, it's his rear leg at the left one. No, your left.
Oh. Yes, I can
Now, Barnabas.
Pack the wound and wrap it with some cloth I have.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it an extra D6 because I've got mine?
Yeah. Make a healing check.
Yep, here we go. Come on. Oh, is that passed? I've passed, but no 10 was nothing. I've got. I needed 15. I've got 19.
That looks. What's in that poultice? Is this especially for sheep? This?
No, actually not normally. No, it's something that we rangers carry everywhere.
I did not know that the Rangers were such good veterinaries. Also, I don't know which part of Ireland my accent's coming from anymore.
I thought she was Welsh, just.
I mean, I'm trying to go for the Irish, but you know, who knows?
I was going to say it was a very good Welsh accent. Until a minute ago.
Well, I'm a Welsh hill farmer too.
Right, Anthony Hopkins is in the room.
I just say to
Carries.
him, yes, it's just a pack of healing herbs that we pick up on the road.
Oh well, that's. Hey, Millie, they've got some healing. Millie's arm's not been right for a little while, you know. Millie might be able to help you with the arm. She kind of like comes over. In the valleys, yeah, I see. Oh, what's that boy? Oh, you got some healing, have you?
Sorry, Esteldor's not laughing.
Should be.
That was good. If you step back a couple of paces from that accent, Paul, it's perfect.
Yes, yes, miss, I have. Yes. What's your ailment?
Yeah, well, I try to catch hold of Barnabas. I don't know what am I doing? I'm doing Millie. That's it. Boy oh. I caught hold of Barnabas, and he kind of like really tore at my arm. I've got these. It hurts just here, just where my tendons are. I don't know if there's because I can't now really move. Lost a lot of movement in my arm. I'm like old woman 9. I come from County Donegal.
Take her arm in my hands. Take a look at her arm.
You know, there's no need to rip my arm off.
Gently, I think gently.
Oh, okay, gently. Okay.
Okay. I'll just do a healing roll again.
Yeah.
I'll roam around, try and find some like different herbs, but it also includes Afalas, I'd presume.
Okay.
There we go.
That's a weed. That's King's foil. That's a weed from around our parts.
Like chewing it like Aragorn does in the film. And chew it in and like try to pack it in. Ooh.
Nathaniel's like, my good, that's a fucking cool look. He starts to chew it as well. Spreads through the whole of the ranges of the north. Aragorn only chews it because it was done by Esteldor.
Ooh. 20 this time.
20?
No special dice.
Yeah, so you kind of like apply. Oh, it stings a little bit, but my ma, she said if it stung, then it was doing something. That's what my dad used to say as he hit us with a stick too. Now, so do I just leave this here? For how long do I? For how long do I need to leave this here?
Esteldor thinks because it probably reminds him of like a sword wound, maybe.
I mean,
probably.
Yeah. Why not? Fuck it. Why not?
Be on the safe side a few days.
A few days. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a tip as well. If you look out for Afalas yourself, and you can ground it down and then rub it in.
Oh, okay. Well, I do you know of? Hey, Thornley, do you know of Afalas? Never heard of it, Millie. What's it look like, old me fella?
I'll show her the sprig of Afalas and I'll go, it's probably called King's Four by yourselves.
Yeah, I had to dig that out of the east border. It was spreading everywhere. I had to burn it, so I did.
Inside he thinks, oh no. No, it's very useful.
Okay. Well, and how long do we have to keep like Barnabas? Is he able to walk with that thing on him?
Yes, he should be able to. Yes, just take it steady.
Okay. Well, he's not wanting to. I've let go of him. He's moved to exactly nowhere. Come on, Barnabas.
Hi.
Hi, Max. Let's get Barnabas moving.
Gert kind of tries to get some silent buy-in to invite them to travel with us, so it's safer with wolves around. Shouldn't they travel with us? They don't. There's not a weapon in sight there except for that ram.
I reckon that's an inspired idea. I think they should, with 5 sheep, one of them wounded, they'd be There'd be pickings for wolves if there are wolves around here.
Say, why don't you travel with us?
That would be a fantastic idea. Oh, I'm sorry to be so much trouble, but you know, it would be, that'd be great. We can kind of look after ourselves, but you know, why would
But-
we when we could kind of go
But
with you guys?
we are going westward.
Oh, that's exactly the
Maybe-
way we're going too. We're gonna get ourselves.
Ah,
into the-
really? Oh, I thought you were going in the opposite way.
No, we're headed to we're headed to see Falmar Bulger at Budgeford, which, as I understand, I've never been in the Shire myself, mind. But Millie's grandmother, she visited the Shire in her youth, so she says. She says if you head down to Budgeford, there's loads of farms down there that have the black face sheep. And she said that there was a Falmar Bulger who was down there who needed a breeding ram. That's what we've been told. Now the black noses, they're not quite so hardy as that was definitely Welsh. Black noses not quite so hardy as a lot of the sheep on our farm, but they've got a great temperament. You see, come on, Barnabas, you're showing us up now, Barnabas. That man, he's just helped you out, and you're just standing there looking obstinate. Right, Millie, can you get the rest of the flock to move on, and then he'll come, because if there's one thing that Barnabas will follow, it's a female sheep. A ewe, that's what they're called, a ewe. Aye, he's a ram, you see, and I suspect they're called that because that's what he does to the ewes most of the time. But not quite now. It's not the season, you see. We've done all of that. We've left them unsheared because, well, we don't have enough shelter on the road, so we decided we'd keep it warm, you see. I've definitely been down the whole of the fucking Irish coast there. Taking a long walk.
There's an Irish Spring joke in there somewhere, so we can ride right past that.
Yeah. And eventually you kind of get back onto the road and start to move. Meh, meh. The dogs are a joy to behold. The working of the dogs as they kind of move behind and keep them as a group together. And then you start to make camp for the night, which is where you first hear the howling of the wolves. That's what we've been hearing. What would you say, Millie? Do you think it's a little bit closer? Oh yes, definitely a little bit closer. Quite a bit closer, actually. So it's really good of you to help join with us. Do you think we should keep going through the dark, or do you think that would be better stopping?
How close? How close to the bridge are we?
You've probably got another day.
Okay.
Maybe late afternoon. If you were to leave, if you were to break camp in the morning, late afternoon is when you expect to hit the bridge.
I hate to say it, but I think we should keep going.
But
I think
wolves, they would hunt better in the darkness.
Well,
I do see your point there.
the sheeps, they can't see in the dark, you see. So we would have to help them by lighting their way or some such.
That would be
Oh, maybe we shouldn't go during the night and have a break, and maybe to light a bonfire, so that the wolves can stay away.
I've actually
And maybe around the fire we can sing a song, or tell tales.
Yeah, well, I've just learned that sheep can actually see in the dark. They're quite happy in the dark. I've just checked it on my telephony device. But in any case, I agree with you, Gudrun. Perhaps you could play some songs, and maybe you could teach Millie a little bit. Maybe she I know she would.
Yes.
She would absolutely love to be able to see how you play that harp. I've got a good singing voice myself.
The harp. The dwarves made it. The dwarf of the lonely mountains, far, far away from here.
The Lonely Mountains?
Yeah.
That's where that
across the...
Bilbo went, isn't it?
Oh, do you know the story then?
Well,
The little tale.
yes.
Well, the famous Hobbit.
Yes, well, there was that
Yeah.
night in the pony when Tolman dressed up and claimed that it was him, and it was free drinks all around on Bilbo's account.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
don't
a
bring
kind
that
of...
up again. I thought we'd forgotten about that night. Don't tell that story again.
We in Dale we consider Bilbo as a hero of us for as you Bremen you have Gert as hero of the as a hero of slipping my mind the name, the champion of the mound, no?
Yeah, well, sing that song. That song was amazing. Where you told about how Gert almost single-handedly defeated everything.
We can do the opposite. Sing, you sing a song, Millie, and I accompany you with my harp.
Oh, that'd be great. I don't know many songs.
Give me the mood. Give me the melody.
Well, this is a song that my grandmother taught me. It's an old shepherdess's song, and it goes something like this. Ding dong, what's your dad doing? No, sorry, that's the wrong one. It goes something like, under the moon, along in the fields, with the flock, that's where I'd like to be. And it kind of carries on in that like kind of rolling, very simple, and it tells a story of a lonely shepherdess living the life. Sometimes we'd be feeling the cold, and then we'd make our way back home. Yes, we'd make our way on the Vale back to the home where the family lives, and like that kind of slightly inane, but kind of
And in the long keep kept known. Gudrun play a few arpeggios just to feel and to move a bit the melody, to make it more interesting and enjoyable.
Thornley's watching, and he's kind of got tears starting to stand in his eye. He kind of like, coming down, leans into Gert at the side of the fire. This is how I imagined it would be if we met some elves under the starlight, just singing and creating. I've never seen her so relaxed. It's been tough these last few years, and all her cares have just faded away at this moment. It's absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, that's not so beautiful though. And you can feel and hear on the periphery of the fire the snarling and the movement of shapes. The dogs. Barnabas stands himself there. The rest of the sheep milling around. And you can see the glints in the eyes of a pack of wolves.
Probably
Gert stands with his axe.
Yeah, I probably have
instinctively,
my sword drawn and a torch.
Yeah.
I've got on the
yeah,
edge somewhere.
instinctively, I put a few log into the fire and then I keep one of the firing branches in my hand.
Gert will put a shoulder on his fellow Breeman and say, "Hold steady. You're about to see why we respect the ranges of the north."
And with that, Arthaniel surrenders. No, that's not the right word, is it? Gets his spear ready and starts to move immediately to the edge of the light, stabbing at. You see flashes coming past. So we're going to hit a combat. You're gathered by the fire. Some of you with branches, lit torches. The sheep are milling around. Barnabas is there, the barking of the dogs. Millie and Thornley have got stout wood, but they're amongst their sheep, trying to keep them calm. And you have the opportunity for those that have got ranged weapons have the opportunity for a opening volley.
So I put down the branch for the moment and quickly string my bow, and then I try to leave an arrow against one of these two couple of little eyes, yellow and filled with hunger and hate. Also, okay. Okay, so I made 18 with the Tengua.
Cool.
And with a 9 with the feet dice. So I could, if I hit, yes, I hit. I think I don't. What parry?
It's plus one
they
parry.
are
Plus one parry.
+1. So I hit, and so I turn the feet dice to a 10, and so is a piercing blow.
Mm-hmm. And it has that much
And
armor.
three resistance point, endurance point left.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a piercing blow. So it's going to.
Yeah. Against 16.
Against
I know 4 resistance point and a protection roll against 16.
Okay, it fails its protection roll.
So is that.
Yeah. Gudrun knocks an arrow. You hear a thud, and then the rest of the wolves leap into the flames. Not into the flames, into the lights. That would be rather suicidal of them.
Job done.
But you hear the thud of the arrow, and then the tumbles away. So we're into the close quarters round.
Sorry, I have
you have a ranged weapon as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll not. I was going to spend a point. I'll not. I've got 2 points. 9, 12.
They've got parry of 1. So what?
Oh, okay.
So what's your target number?
The target number is your TN of strength.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, TN 16, so I miss.
Yes.
So 16 plus 1, 17, like Gudrun is the same.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately it misses. And then we get into close combat as the wolves spring forward into you. A couple of them have gone straight for the sheep. They're in combat with Barnabas, who is holding his own by the looks of things. And then you're going to have only one on you, Gudrun. Tolman. Nathaniel gets one. Gert gets one, and Esteldor, you get one, and then there's two for the sheep. Yeah, sheep and sheep. So what stances is everybody choosing?
I'm going open. I am.
Esteldor isn't open. Nathaniel will go forward because it's Nathaniel.
Me too. Me too. Open. Gudrun open.
Gudrun into open. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And now, as a weapon, she used the firing branch.
Yeah.
Firing.
Okay. So she drops the bow, picks up the firing brand. Okay, Gert, stance.
Open stance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tolman will take his lead from Gert. He's going to use his spear and go open.
Yeah, okay. Barnabas is going forward stance because he's a fucking ram.
We got ram.
Paul, could you question about virtues?
Yep.
Because I've got a virtue that can help us in the combat. It says once per combat, so that's not the whole. It's just one round or something.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's a one-off thing. I can't. Okay. Okay. I need to try and pick my moment. I think for that.
Yep. Okay.
If my royalty revealed, I can make everybody inspired as a enhearten roll for a secondary action.
And I think it inspires them the next turn, doesn't it?
It says once per combat, when you fight in an open stance,
Yep.
you may attempt rally comrades combat task as a secondary action.
Yeah.
Additionally, all members of the company, and myself, are inspired on all their rolls in the following round.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, the following round.
Yeah. So if you were to do it in the first round, then everyone would have it in the second round. So just bear that in mind.
Yeah.
And there's
But
kind
for you,
of
it's
like
a secondary.
there's kind of there's no downside to doing that early in the combat, unless you expect that there is a stronger foe that might be coming as a reinforcement within the same combat. I don't know that there's any downside to doing that early doors.
Okay.
Oh, Gudrun has take also a shield.
Yep. So you take up your shield as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Nathaniel in forward stance. He does not manage to get his wolf. His wolf is kind of like in bay. Barnabas in forward stance
Let's see how this ram fights.
entangles with the wolf. The wolf kind of like can't quite get him because of his horns, and he's using his horns, but his foot's still quite weak, so that looks like he hasn't done masses high flow. Esteldor in open stance.
Oh,
Okay.
can I change my my stance
Yeah. What would you like to
in
change it to?
defensive?
Yep. Okay. Gudrun is not quite as forward. Yep. Okay.
My main action, I'm going to attack with my longsword.
Sorry, I was just making a face at Flo. Yep. Okay.
So
I
I'm
know,
going
Flo.
I'm only one-handed though because I've got my torch in the other.
Yep.
So
The wolf is trying to back away from the hand with the torch, trying to move itself away. You've just got one on you at the moment, because that's right.
So I'll attack him, and then in my second action, I'll do the
Loyalty revealed, which I'm interested to know how that's going to work.
What I've got? Well, my first roll was 6, and come on. 15,
So what's your strength?
13.
So that'll do it.
Yeah, and then I've got I've got 1 6.
Okay, how do you want to spend the Tengwar?
Ooh.
What do you get on the feet dice?
7.
Okay, so even spending the Tengwar won't give it an edge. And it's a sword.
Yeah, it's my longsword. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fell weapon. I got it as a fell weapon, but that's already included in my injury.
Yeah.
Total. What page was it on there? I can't remember. 4.
So you can spend it to do heavy blow. So you get to your strength rating as an additional loss of endurance to the enemy, or it's a sword, so you can pierce. Then 1 success to modify the feat die by +1, which won't really help you. So it's really more about just doing a heavy blow. You can fend it off to obtain a benefit to your parry rating.
No, I'll rather kill it. I'll go with a heavy blow.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. So how much endurance loss do you deal to it?
You say sorry. You say it's my strength rating. Did you say?
Strength rating, yep. So your normal weapon with the sword, and then your strength rating. Normal damage with the sword, and then strength rating.
Normal damage is 5.
Yep.
And my strength rating is 7.
Okay, so that would be 12 then. Oh, okay. It's not all happy, but it's still alive. Okay.
And then I'm going to do my Hearten roll.
Yeah. So describe to us how you reveal your royalty.
I suppose the last few days he's been quite down and like grey. I suppose after he makes the hit, it like reinvigorates him a bit when he gets a bit more his boldness back. And if anybody sees me, I suppose my sword sort of shimmers slightly. It's family heirloom, sort of. It's called Silver Light anyway. So like, as he whacks it it sort of like sparks off like a claw or something. He turns back and shouts, "Stand firm, comrades. We can do this. Push them back." And then I'll make the roll. And I've got 2 beat dice for this because I've got a proficiency. Ooh. Yeah. Nope. Damn.
Okay. So nothing.
No massive, no oil sale or nothing, but I don't get my 15.
Right. Okay.
Does that mean I can't do my? If it fails, does that mean I can't do it again? My
Yeah, it would be once per combat, whether it's successful or not.
Ah, sugar. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, give it a go.
Yeah, keep trying. It'll come good. Invest in points to improve that and increase the chances of it. Okay. Esteldor, Gert. You're fine.
Gert. Yeah. So I'm in open stance with Esteldor, and I see the glint off of his blade. I see something change in him. I see him try to rally, and Gert kind of takes up where he left off to try and rally everyone and make it kind of a shared rally cry, rather than have Gert just do his own. He just kind of picks up Esteldor's cry, and the Rangers are with us. We cannot fail. Gert's favored in Harton.
Yep.
So it's a big looking for some. Okay. That's good. 9. I'll take that. 9, 10, 13. And yes. So it's a 19.
Okay.
Success, and I got a Tingwar, so it's forward and open stance.
Yes.
Great.
An extra D.
Great.
And it kind of looks over to Esteldor and gives him a nod.
Excellent. Anything else, Gert?
And then I turn to face my wolf.
Yep. Okay, your wolf is patiently waiting for you to finish.
How do you...
Tolman, your wolf, however, is fucking aggressive. It's on you.
Okay, Tolman's quite nervous, and so he's kind of hearing the cries of Esteldor and Gert. It's kind of it's having an effect on him, and he's kind of humming through his teeth. He's humming the song that Gert wrote to himself, just to kind of steady his nerves and kind of try and root his feet on the floor a bit, stop him from just darting into the nearest bit of woodland. So main action will be to have a stab with his spear, and then his second reaction is kind of he's trying to keep an eye on Barnabas as well, because he's aware that this is the main goal for the wolves, and this is something that we need to protect. So he's got like a personal. There's almost like a personal. He feels responsible because this is on the doorstep of the Shire. I'll spend a point of hope on my roll. So 3 dice. I got a Tengwa. Ooh, but it's not good. I got a 1 on the feet die, so that's 2, 5, 11. Yeah, it whiffs.
Yeah. Okay, you take a go at your wolf with the spear, but the wolf manages just to dodge out of the way of it.
Yeah, I think his shaky hands just got the better of him.
Yeah. Gudrun.
Gudrun used trying to her wolf. She tried to get closer to Gert and try to protect him. So he run battle.
Yep.
And she also and hope. And 2 dice and 3 dice with hope. Maybe I don't know if I can use invoke. Yes. I also invoke a trait, bold.
Yep. Sounds good.
Doing that. And so I get another dice. So 4 dice. Great. So 14 with the dice. Yes, I managed to. It's a success, and with the Tengwar.
Successful Tengwa, so that would be -2 dice to the next attack on Gert.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Gudrun's there with her flame into the face of the wolf attacking you, Gert. Definitely kind of like distracting it, causing its fear. They back away from anybody who's got flame, the wolves. So the wolves come around now. So the one on Nathaniel, how many dice do they get? They get that many dice. Tries to bite him. That'll hit, and that's a Tengwa 2. And therefore they do. Nathaniel takes 4 endurance, and it'll be 8 endurance. The one on you, Gudrun, has come across. There was one on you. It's going to try to attack you. 13, 19 will hit. You get bitten as it bites into your arm. So to try to drag you down, you are going to take 4 points of endurance damage. There's Tolman. It's probably as big as tall as you are. 5. That won't hit though. You managed to nimbly dodge out of the way of it. Are you fighting with? You're not fighting with the flaming brand though, are you, Tolman? No. Okay, so it doesn't do that. So then the one on Gert, mindful of what Gudrun's doing with its flaming brand. Ooh, that could be quite close. What's your parry, Gert?
16.
Okay, no, it doesn't. It almost did though. It jumps up and you can see it snarl there, but it's kind of like Gudrun comes down with the flaming brand. It kind of just dodges away, shies away, and rolls beside you, rather than kind of face planting you. It got a 14 off its feat dice and the success dice, so another 2 dice would have guaranteed a definite hit. And then against Barnabas, and it doesn't do anything against Barnabas. So that
Legend.
then, sorry,
Legend.
yeah, he's protecting his wives. So now top of the round then. So stances. Nathaniel's going to carry on in forward stance. Barnabas is going to carry on in forward stance. Everybody's getting +1 dice. Tolman.
Gudrun's
Oh, God, sorry. Gudrun.
Gudrun keep staying in defensive,
Yeah. Okay.
defending Gert.
Anybody changing their stance?
Yeah, I'll go forward.
Okay. Esteldor, you go to forward stance. Yeah. Okay.
Bert's gonna stay in open, but well, we'll wait till my turn.
Yeah. Okay. So Nathaniel is in forward stance.
So I think he gets 8 dice in forward stance.
He gets 8 because he gets 2 from
gets
the.
plus.
Okay.
And whatever curses on that blade he uses.
He's not using that. He rolled an Eye of Sauron and then a load of 2s, but I think he manages to hit no Tenguars. So he does like 8 damage or something, doesn't he? So that's that one there. Just that. Okay. Barnabas, who's not quite sure how, but he is enheartened too.
He's an ally.
That's right. He absolutely smashes the wolf in the face with his hooves. The wolf fails its protection check and is dead. Barnabas, you're a legend.
Didn't need us in the
in
end
your own.
anyway, did they?
Sorry?
Didn't need us in the end. They got
Yeah,
Barnabas.
well,
Barnabas the warrior sheep. His lineage is going to get good at the old the market.
Yeah, yeah, he's got honor in his blood.
That's it. Sorry.
Can we bring him into the company?
Yeah, that's right. If you select him as an heir.
Oh yeah.
maybe we'll call our fellowship the Ring of the Ram.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. In fact, I think that's the episode name, Ring of the Ram. The previous episode was called How the Sausage Got Made. Esteldor.
Yes. I'll get an extra dice for being forward, and then. So I'll get an extra dice for being inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forward and open get +1.
Okay,
Dice.
so. Oh, hang on, one more. I'm rolling singly now because it seems to be better for me. Okay. 10, 19.
That will do.
No Tenguars or nothing. It's still single-handed. So it's,
You're
it's
fine
5
with the
damage.
brands.
Five.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
just 5 damage. Secondary action. Can I advance on the wolf?
It's dead.
Oh, I killed it. Okay.
Yeah. As you stab into it, you naturally advance on it as you have to withdraw your
Yeah.
sword out.
Okay. Instead, then, can I look around, see if there's another wolf or anyone else needs help? I can move to them.
There are tools and Tolman, so you can kind of move across there.
Okay. what's Millie? Is Millie okay? Is the farmer's wife?
They're kind of like gathered with the flock, half stopping the flock from fleeing, which is what the flock want to do. Maxie and Minnie, their dogs, are helping that, and they're half keeping themselves, but Barnabas is basically protecting the whole of that situation.
Okay. I'll go to Tolman's side.
Yeah, okay. You move across to where Tolman is. Tolman, the ranger advances upon you. His sword dripping blood.
I'd lay my spear down and surrender.
Fair. Okay, Tolman, you what are you doing?
I'll have another poke with my spear.
Yeah.
I'll spend another point of hope.
You get
So I get,
+1 from the Enhearten as well.
yeah. So I'm rolling 4 dice.
Very nice.
Looks better. It's an 8 on the feet, and I've got 14, 16, and a Tengwa, so 22. Great success.
Wow, how do you want to spend the Tengwa? You with a spear?
Stabby stuff. Some kind of stabbing, hearty blow, heavy blow, whatever it's called.
So you could do a heavy blow, which would allow you to add your strength right into it, or you could do a pierce, which would give you +3 to your feet dice, which I think would trigger a piercing.
Yes, that would. Yep.
What's the target for the?
Is on a 9+.
Yeah, sorry. The
injury rating is 14.
You stab straight into the heart of the wolf.
Yeah, he can't believe it. He can't believe he's actually slayed a wolf.
The weight of the wolf starts to drag you down a little bit, though.
Yeah, he freezes. It's just kind of falling onto him.
Excellent. Gert.
So Gert's aware that Gudrun has stepped in with, a flaming brand and a shield to kind of protect his flank, and he notices that the wolf on her has taken advantage of that and gotten a bite in. So he's extremely protective and swings his axe around on the wolf that is attacking Gudrun.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to spend a point of hope on that.
Yep.
So I have 4 dice. Gandalf? Anyone?
Oh, it's going to be dead.
And a Tingwar. So
wow. Already sausages. It's turned into a string of sausages.
25 with the Tingwar and a Gandalf. Yeah.
So what's the injury rating? So what do you want to do with the Tengwa, which I guess would be like a piercing blow? Oh, no, sorry, not.
The injury rating.
Oh, it's already.
Yeah,
it is already a piercing blow.
Yeah, so it would be you'd add to the damage if the piercing blow doesn't kill it. I guess is what you.
Yes.
Maybe
18 injury.
18.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's incorrect. 6 damage. The injury rating is 18.
Yeah. Okay.
And the damage will be insane.
Gets 16 on its protection roll, so it's dead.
Oh, that.
You cleave straight into its skull, kind of reaching past where Gudrun is, as it's kind of like coming up on Gudrun's flank again. Smash straight down into it. Gudrun, you feel the swoosh of the axe as it kind of comes down. You can almost feel the strength in Gert's axe arms as it kind of lunges into it, and he puts his whole body weight behind it as it smashes into the face of the wolf.
Great, my champion! She cries.
Gert's feeling it. I think I don't know what to do with the Tingwar. Can I?
There's nothing to do with it.
I was already dead.
Yeah,
Can I just kind of?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Free action, flex. All right.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. Yeah. Gert looks like Schwarzenegger in his own
The
mind's
smallest,
eye.
yeah, before, yeah, before he hit the gym.
Gudrun.
So I made an eye, but 16, no, 15 with the die. So is a success despite the eye.
Yep.
And with a Tengwar. So again, -2 dice to the wolf for the wolf who is attacking Gert.
Yep. Okay. Wonderful. The wolves look at you, snarling. They look at the sheep. They can feast on those sheep. And they look at the corpses of their pack mates. And they flee off into the night.
And then Gudrun hugs Gert, crying again. Oh, my champion! You killed this foul wolf that was going to. Well. And then, oh, I'm sorry. And she keep the distance again.
Yeah, I think Gert probably forgets himself for a second. And he's...
I think Esteldor like cheering like and Doc's raises his sword to nearly trace after them, but then stops and looks down at Tolman, puts his hand on his shoulder, and goes, "A fine hit, Master Hobbit."
Thank you. Now, could you get me out from underneath this dead wolf, please?
Oh, yes.
You hear Millie and the other guy whose name I've forgotten at the moment. Millie and Thornley shout at the sheep, "No, don't go running!" And they all race over and pile on Barnabas, like hugging him, and he kind of stands there, proud. Look at me, yes. And he looks across at you, Gert, and he kind of like from one hero to another gives you a bit of a nod.
He's all red now. He's all covered in blood and like
He,
he's all muscly all of a sudden as well.
oh yeah, it's like the Schwarzenegger of blackface sheep.
You guys should go and chest bump. You need a chest bump.
Yeah.
Cave. Gert's chest wound.
Oh my! That was amazing. That's just I'm all aflustered, so I am. I'm gonna have to sit myself down. Millie, are you okay? Oh, that was brilliant, Millie. Oh my goodness me. Oh, you're our saviours. You're absolute saviours. I reckon those wolves have eaten us as well, as much as they're eating the sheep. Barnabas. Oh my goodness, Barnabas. I think we're going to let you ram whatever you want to ram for the rest of your life. That's your reward, Barnabas. We'll never stop you tupping anything. Oh. So, does anybody want any fried mutton to celebrate?
Very much so.
Let's sit down and...
Where they get the mutton from? Poor sheep.
As long as we're not eating Barnabas.
One of them didn't make it. Barnabas got a leg injury. The other one got 2 legs injured. We'll make you a wool jerkin, so we shall. So the rest of the night passes without substantial incident. What are you doing with the wolf carcasses?
How many did we
I think
kill?
4.
So Gudrun got one.
Gudrun got
straight away.
one. Tolman got one. I think did Barnabas take one
Daniel.
out?
I got one.
Barnabas got
5,
one.
6 then.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
we
sizable pack,
we
right?
could. Yeah, we could um, cut them, and bring the hides.
Sure.
Can I take the teeth out some of the teeth out the one that I killed?
Yeah, of course you
It's like a totem.
can. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I can help. Can I use a hunting to help skin the?
Yep. Okay, so those who want to
Skin them
skin,
and
if you want to make some hunting rolls, see how many you can kind of like get skinned and how many you kind of like butcher.
I can help you with my hunting skill.
Yep. Okay.
I give you a die.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, I figured
each success is like, say, 2 wolf skins. So, Tolman.
I figured Tolman would probably want to try and take a pelt just to show off in the Shire to prove that he's actually killed a wolf. He fails and he rolls an Eye of Sauron.
The wolf comes back alive and eats you.
I got a 22.
22? No Tengwars. Okay, so you get let's say, well, with the 23, let's say you get 3 pelts in a reasonably sensible amount of time. You get as many teeth as you want, and so forth. You get claws aplenty.
So all right. So Tolman basically made a pig's ear of.
No, in fact, he's got a pig's ear. He's not quite sure how.
Esteldor got 3 with Gudrun's help.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I mean, could we? I mean, Gert actually does know how the sausage gets made, so wolf meat can spice up. So maybe take the other 2 bodies and.
Yeah. Okay. So you get the other couple of bodies, slap them on the cart. Bert's okay about that actually. Doesn't mind carting dead wolves around. He's much happier about dead wolves than live ones.
I'm just thinking of Tolman will eat anything, so.
Yeah. In fact,
we don't have to tell him what it is.
You realise that part of the reason why he butchered the wolf was that he started to chow on it at the same time.
I've never eaten wolf meat. I've never even seen a wolf before. But you put pastry around it, and I'll have a go.
Classic. The drizzle continues for the most of the morning, and then kind of abates as you start to move a little bit downhill onwards, and then by the middle of the afternoon, the steady breeze has moved the winds along, and you can now see the old forest mist still clinging to it, rising out of the dark green boughs of the wood. But you also see the river coming down, and you can see beyond the river the pasture lands of the East Farthing, and you move down towards the spans of the Brandywine River bridge, well maintained, gleaming almost stone in that late afternoon sun as it starts to settle down, and a number of hobbits gathered around it. As you horse hoofs cart hits the stone off the dirt of the path, you hear the clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. A couple of waistcoated small fellows fishing off the side. Oh, you should have seen the one I caught yesterday. It was wider than my arm. No, it was not. I was here with you. No, after you'd gone. And then down as you crest the top, the river moving with pace. It's quite wide. This is quite a wide span. And there, feathers in their caps. Bounders. Well, my goodness, what do we have here? I'm not sure that you'll be coming into the Shire. Let's have a look-see at you. Oh, Well, that's a fine ram. And we'll just call ourselves there. Having arrived at the Shire and into some bounders, and Tolman, you spot a sheriff making his way, striding across. And not just any sheriff, but one that you may have encountered before. Rory Mac Brandybuck. He's known to be very full of himself, known to inspect and question everybody. Not a fan of Bilbo, not a fan of those who claim to be Bilbo, and perhaps not a fan of Tolman.
There are a few who are not a fan of Tolman here. It has to be said. Let me just wipe this wolf blood off my messenger pin. Better look respectable and presentable for old Rory.
And we'll close there then, guys. Thank you very much. Quite a
Thank you too.
That's great.
quite a fun little journey through to the Shire there.
Yeah, it was great.
So I think we're aiming to play
18th of August.
19th of August. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So same time, 9th of August, and we'll get into the. So I think we're going to the Shire, possibly less combat, probably more councils, that kind of feel to it. And you guys have sent me in some things that you may want to do in the Shire. I'm quite looking forward to this little bubble of English countryside that we'll find ourselves within.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Paul, can you do an English accent though?
Oh, gosh, let me try this one. Hold on a minute. Hey up, duck.
As long as it's old lady number one.
Eee, get this in. It's raining. We haven't very many. I haven't had to stretch my old lady repertoire very far this campaign. It's mostly been dodging around the Irish Sea, and parts even further.
I think now.
We didn't catch that, Alessandro.
Yeah. Oh, they are coming. They are becoming more petulant now. The wives and the women here.
Yeah, that's right.
More inquisitive. What are you doing here, both? Well, you have a woman among us. There is a woman among us. Among you.
That's right.
So on.
Having to dig deeper for a more diverse representation and more accurate representation of womankind.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, I thought you played the 4 sheep perfectly, Paul.
Well, I mean, as you know, Joe, I've been practicing that for a few weeks. I've been observing sheep uphand, quite close.
Method
Yeah,
act.
getting myself into the mindset of the sheep. What would it be like if I was a herd animal? That kind
My
of thing.
motivation.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, staying alive, mostly eating grass.
Maybe the shepherdess needs to write a song about Barnabas the Brave.
Barnabas the Brave.
Whoa, Barnabas the Brave.
Yeah, there we have it. Barnabas the Brave.
She can add it to her old wives' songs then. Well, what her mother told her, wasn't it?
Yeah, grandmother. Yeah.
Barnabas the Wolf Bane.
Yeah. Barnabas, the roaring ram of the East Road.
Ooh. Whoa, that's gonna add some value.
Yeah.
I know of one actual song that is about a ram. By the band The Gourds, called "Blood of the Ram," which is about. It's
Gourds.
about the Gourds. Yeah, they're from Texas.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so that's a song about a big ram, just like Barnabas, who made a name for himself.
I'll try. What do you reckon? Barnabas has got a Texas accent? Is that what we're saying? I don't know that I could do a Texas accent, let alone pretend to be a ram doing a Texas accent.
Well, all you gotta do is really draw it out a little bit.
Meh.
Put a little bit of bear into it.
Meh.
A lot of Texans around where I live.
I'm gonna right. Okay, this is Barnabas. Meh.
Partner.
Partner.
How about him?
That's it. Look at that. I tell you what.
That's it.
And
I hope he was making that sound in the fight, though.
oh no, in the fight it was more like, "Looking at some motherfucker." True story. Right. Okay.
I feel like we need a variety, like just advert. This is Paul is a tour de force.
I think we should stop drawing attention to anything. Right, okay. So 19th of August. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought it was great fun.
Very much. Yeah, that was
always
brilliant,
always good to kind of like get together and play the Shire. Step 1, getting in there. Step 2, doing stuff when you're there, I guess. Step 3, profit. Okay, 19th of August. I'll see you then. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Everybody, wonderful.
Yeah.
See
Thank
ya.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Yeah, we're off now. Yeah. That was great fun.